Hi there, and today we are going to learn about how to change the Squarespace default domain name. So here I am in my Squarespace website dashboard, and whenever you create a Squarespace website, so Squarespace will automatically give a random domain name to your website. So for example, I have this one, pumpkindiskna65.squarespace.com. So it is usually something like that, or it uses random words for your domain. And then if you want to change your domain, you need to go to the settings of your domain of your website. So from here, you can just click manage domain and then you can change it right here. Or you can just go to settings and then click domain right here. And then from here, you can choose domains and then you have two options. You have a get a domain option or use a domain I own. So currently I am using a free version of Squarespace. If you are using a paid version of Squarespace, you can get a free domain by using your plan. If you want to see the different plans, just go to billing and then go to manage subscriptions and then just click subscribe, and then you will have different plans right here that you can avail. And then there should be an option right here like this to check out on your domain. So you can choose a domain that you want, and then if you have a paid version, you can use the domain that you want to use. And to do that, let's go back right here to the settings. So if you already have your your plan, if you are already subscribed to a Squarespace plan, just go right here to domains, click domains, and then click get a domain. And then from here, you can choose a domain that you want to use for your website. So for example, I will search like siteexample.com, and then it will show all of the different available domains right here. So you can change the value to US dollars so that you can see it. So as you can see, for example, siteexample.net is $14, and then you have a bunch of different domains right here that you can also use. But if you are using a paid Squarespace plan, you can just get the domain of what you want for free, but you can only choose one domain. So you need to be careful in choosing a domain that you want to use for your website. And then if you don't want to do that, and then for example, you already have an old website and then you want to use that domain, so you can just click use a domain I own, and then from here just type in the domain of your website that you already own. So for example, I'll say samplesite.com. Just search for it. And then you can just choose if you want to transfer the domain or connect the domain. So the transfer domain is more recommended than connect domain, since connecting the domain needs you to follow other instructions. So just click this link, and then you will need to read the information right here so that you can correctly connect your old domain to this new website that you have. Or you can just transfer the domain right here. So you can just click on it, and then you can just follow the steps right here. So you need to have the authorization code and so on and so forth. And keep in mind that domain transfer is usually less than a week, but some can take up to 15 days. And then just follow the steps right here so that you can change your default domain name. And then that is basically it. So that is how you can change your default domain name right here in Squarespace. So you can also see the built-in domain name right here, the pumpkin disk NA65. So you can click it, and then it just says here your site ID. I think you can also change the default domain name right here. So for example, right now we have pumpkin disk. So for example, I'll say sample website right here and then click on save. You can also do this. And since this domain is not available, it will not be changed. So for example, I'll say random apple banana and then click save. So you can also do that if you want to change your default domain name right here, but you still have the squarespace.com domain. So if you want to remove that, you need to have a domain that you own. And then that's it. So those are the different ways that you can change your default domain name here in Squarespace. I hope you learned how to do it, and thank you for watching.